3 king cobras were sighted in Zarme village. Such huge honeycombs one can see in these areas. These are the areas which are the last habitat left for the tiger. You are in now North Goa, one of the biggest taluka of Goa. So in Goa, Sanghe is the biggest taluka. Earlier it was a taluka having 820 square kilometer area. Now 3,300 square kilometer area is minus, and then Dharbandora is the new taluka. But in spite of this, Sanghe continued to become the biggest taluka of Goa. The second biggest taluka of Goa in North Goa, the biggest taluka is Sattari, which has the area of 490 square kilometer, and highest number of villages in Goa are in Sattari taluka. So during olden time, there were 130 villages. If you go in Pariye and listen very carefully to the invocation Garane, there is reference of Sata Sattari, Sat 60 plus 70 equal to 130 villages. So now there are 86 villages in Sattari. So there is a belief among the people that 70 represent the Sattari. So it is not true. Sattari got the name Sattari mainly because of the worship of the Satir. Satir means the ant-hill worship tradition is very strong in this taluka. So now you will be asking me question, why I made you to stand in this sunlight. So we are at a very crucial point of the river Mandavi. So this river Mandavi is called Madai in Sattari taluka. Madai means the great mother. Actually this word evolved from which language is difficult to tell, but in Gondia language Madai means the great mother, and in whole of Sattari people believe that she is the great mother. But if you look at any river of India, for example, if you see the Ganga river, it is 2,525 square kilometer long river. If you take the Brahmaputra, very bigger, or you take any tributary of river Krishna, one of the biggest river of India, which starts in Mahabaleshwar of Maharashtra and then joins the Bay of Bengal at Hamsadevi in Andhra Pradesh. So this is very big river. One of the tributary of Krishna is Malaprabha that rises in Kankumbi and then goes and joins to Krishna at Kudal Sangam in Bagalkot area. So this river, if you look, it is 8 times bigger than our independent river called Madai or Mandavi. So Mandavi's length is 111 kilometers. Earlier it was said that if you refer the gazetteer, that it is mentioned 87 kilometer long river. But when government invited me to present the case of the Madai tribunal before the tribunal, during that time it was found that the river length is missing. So afterward, finally, it was agreed that the river has the length of 111 kilometers. So this 111 kilometer long river, but it is the biggest river. Out of the 12 taluka, the 6th taluka drained by one river, Mandavi river. So it covers the area of almost 1,580 square kilometers. So this river enter in Sattari taluka in the village called Kadwal. And now you are in Padeli, and this is Guleli. Guleli once upon a time was the center of the Jaggery. Got it, no? And whole of India, nowhere in India you will going to see the unique tradition of the worship of the Mother Goddess, because Mother Goddess at 30 places, 13 places, have been found made to sit inside a country canal. Got it, no? So what does it represent? That is need to look into this history. So if you go this way, just 2.5 kilometers, there is one sculpture of the mother goddess seated in the boat, and the beautiful sculpture. If you want to see, you can go to the village called Mayavli. Mayavli is not a single village; it is a cluster of almost 5 villages. Mayavli means a garland. So Gada, Paipur, Sher, Mayavli, so all these are 5. So Mayavli is nearby. Mayavli is in Guleli Panchayat. So you may be aware about Mayavli. IIT proposed site. And this river actually is the lifeline of Satari Taluka. Earlier, when you used to stand here, you could see the traditional seed-based cultivation. Now, this traditional seed-based cultivation you can see in Sheer village and in the village called Sonar. So only 2 places traditional seed-based cultivation.
Sir, what is this cultivation?
This is, the flowing river. When the river comes, the flowing river, people put the check dams, and these check dams are not made with the any type of the clay. Only they will use the stones, and these stones are found inside the river, and these stones are tied with the creeper, and then the arrangement is made in such a way that the flowing water speed is minimized, and afterward on floating they make the field. So field is made by twigs of the trees are scattered, and then the silt is put. So that is why it is called traditional silt-based cultivation. Unique method, and transplantation is done. So no plowing. This is the primitive method of the agriculture. So when there was no plow discovered in the world, there are 2 agricultural practices found in Satari Taluka. One is flashbang practice of agriculture called Kumeri, and second one is the this. And this tradition you can see only in Goa in few places, because this is not my finding. The Padre who was appointed to study the rivers of Goa, and he was a scholar, so he came up with the master plan of the Madai. So while interacting with me, he said that this practice was not seen by him in any part of India. So this is a very unique tradition that was there in Satari Taluka. This river, helped the people to grow the food. This river is a navigable river. What is from Uste to Ganje. Ganje actually was a port. So the last sculpture of goddess seated in the boat is found in Ganje. So after crossing Ganje, the river is known as the Mandavi from Uzgam. So why Mandavi? And remember, Mandavi is not only name found in Goa. This name is found in Gujarat, in Maharashtra. Got it, no? And even in Akola of Maharashtra, in the Western Ghat, the river is called as Mandavi. So what is Mandavi? Mandavi actually is a tax collection center. So when the river enters the Arabian Sea at Agwat, so you can see the mouth of the river is there. So mouth of the river is at a place called Panjan Khalli. Khalli means the creeks. Got it, no? So 11th century document refer Panjim and Panjan Khalli. So there was a tax collection center. So this tax collection center was known as a Mandavi. So that is why you should not believe that Mandavi is the only need of Goa origin. So in Vengula, for example, you will find the river named as a Mandavi. In Gujarat also, got it, no? So Mandavi is a tax collection center. So this is the beautiful river. And why this river is very important? Because this river is existing in India when there was no Ganga river flowing. in English, the snake has been described as a king cobra. However, this snake swallow mostly the cobra and all type of the snakes. The favorite food of the king cobra are the snakes. Only in captivity, the king cobra can eat the meat. So if the snake is in bondla cage, so during that time the snake will eat the meat for the survival. But when it is released in the jungle, it lives by swallowing other snakes. So it is the largest venomous snake, and you may be aware that if somebody get the bite of the snake, then no anti-venom is available in any of the hospital of India, except few places the anti-venom is kept. Because if you read the book written by J.C. Daniel, the Honorary Secretary of Bombay Natural History Society, in that he has mentioned that since last more than 50 years, not a single example is there wherein the snake has bitten to the human being. So in Sattari Taluka, there is not a single case. When I was small, at the age of 10, at that time, one boy who was in standard 10, he gone along with his mother. He was bitten while clearing the splash burn practice. So the snake will bite you only when you put your leg strongly on the body of the snake. So during that time, the snake bite the human being. So today, the snakes are found in the Vasco da Gama. They are traveling through the railway, and from Castle Rock they are coming to Vasco. So recently the Vikansh Parmar, the scientist from Gujarat, along with Amrut Singh, written the research paper, and that is recently published in BBC and all newspapers, international newspapers. So king cobra's habitat is threatened in Goa, and we want to celebrate Kadu Mahotsav. So if we go on celebrating Kadu Mahotsav, then the habitat of the king cobra will be totally threatened. So you know that when you plant on the hilly slope, mostly the cashew, then cashew is a totally exotic crop. So leaves of the cashew, you can see they does not decompose easily. It takes lot of time, and it is a favorable habitat mostly for the Russell viper and Sawscale viper. Mostly the Russell viper snake or the Sawscale viper snake are found in such area because it generates the heat. These are the cold-blooded animals. So for the king cobra, they prefer to be in the cashew plantation, mainly because now what happens, people after extracting the juice from the cashew apple, they throw down the dried cashew apple, and this dried cashew apple became the favorite food of the rodent, rat. So to eat the rat snakes are coming, and the rat snake are the favorite food of the king cobra. And because of the rat snake availability in the cashew plantation area, largest snake like 15 feet long king cobra, last year 3 king cobras were sighted, and they were on the cashew trees in Jarme village. So in Hivrekhur, Amrut Singh caught almost 3 king cobras. So almost more than 4 dozens of king cobra have been caught and released back into the jungle. So you can see the single fault of the human being responsible for destroying the habitat of this poor animal. So that is why protection of the forest is very important. And today, if you just move in any direction, you will find most of the forest trees are destroyed. For example, the Goan people who want to plant the coconut in a large number, they did not understood the importance of their Carotia urine. So this is Carotia urine Bhillomar. So it is the favorite food for all the hornbills and civet cats. So today civet cats are seen in near to the city areas because no food is left. So earlier sugar, jaggery, then the toddy, everything was extracted from the single tree called Caryota urine, which is locally known as willow man. So we today are forgetting the importance and ecological role played by the indigenous species of the tree. So that is why indigenous species of trees are very important. This area is known as Mahawasa Guno because every after 7 years you can see the boulders which are inside this area gets honeycomb. So mostly the honey is collected from the carvi. So carvi is a strobilanthes. So it gets flowers every after completion of the 7-year cycle. So during that time the honeybees create honeycomb, and such huge honeycombs one can see in this area. So that is why this stone became popular as Mahawasa Guno. The Portuguese governor José Fessan Ferrer along with his soldiers was making effort to cross this river. So they were crossing the river, and when on the top Dipaji along with his soldiers was looking in this side, he found that the soldiers are crossing and his life is under threat. So during that time, he was the man who knew about the guerrilla warfare technique. So he told his soldier, take 2 stones and throw in the direction of the honeycomb. So honeycombs were on these boulders on the top. So when the stones were thrown, and they took shelter inside the natural cave. So if you just go, if you swim and just go on the top, you can see the natural cave is there. So this area actually has man-made rock-cut caves. For example, if you just walk in this direction, you will find very unique rock-cut cave, one rock-cut cave. Then at Davos water treatment plant, where the government made attempt to create the water treatment plant to provide the drinking water for 52 villages. There also you will find one rock cut cave, and this side, Sonar side, there are 4 rock cut caves. So altogether there are 7 rock cut caves. These are all man-made. So these rock cut caves tells you that since 11th century, these caves were used by the devotees belonging to the Nath cult. And this, if you just go 1 kilometer away after crossing this river, you join with the old Ghat road that is called K Ghat. So in Krishnapur there is a village called Kelil. So on this village the ghat was known as K Ghat. So this K Ghat is very important because there you can see some unique rock formation. So such type of the rock formation you will not going to see in other part of the world, because on the top there are 12 caves. So these caves are called as Barapeda caves. So in Barapeda caves there is one natural cave that houses the rotten fetal beds. To see the rotten fetal beds in 1935, the Paul Betts, the scientist, took bullock cart from Khanapur and he tracked whole area and came there to see the rotten fetal beds. So rotten fetal beds on the whole earth, only site, known site was there in Talewadi. So now you are brought to explain about what are the impacts of the damming and diversion on this river. So now you can see earlier the water was flowing with the force, it was gushing, but now the Karnataka created such type of the structure, all these are creating problem for the river. Earlier the area which was totally under the forest, now a large tract of the forest have been destroyed, and all this if you want to see these documentary evidences of last 30 years, they are with me, how forest was cut, got it, no? And this forest was not destroyed by the Karnataka people, but the Goan politician, got it, no? Right from the days of the Maharashtra the Gomantak party, there was a MLA who was involved in the destruction of the jungle of the Karnataka. So in Maharashtra and Karnataka, there are private Malki lands. So all this area falls in the Malki land. So these were taken by the Goan timber lobbies, and they felled large number of the trees. So I brought this issue to the notice of then Satya Gopal, who was the IAS officer and the head of the Paryavaran Vahini. So he wrote the letter to the Karnataka counterpart, and then the restrictions were put, and finally we initiated the movement, and we brought to the notice of then Chief Minister that one of the prominent Congress leaders purchased a huge tract of the forest land for the mining purpose, Margaret Alva, in that area. So immediately after that, Yedurappa, who was the Chief Minister of Karnataka, he took the decision of declaring whole area as a Bhimgad Wildlife Sanctuary. So in Karnataka, there is Bhimgad Wildlife Sanctuary, and this Bhimgad Wildlife Sanctuary, why it is important? Because we wanted Bhimgad Wildlife Sanctuary, we wanted the Mahadev Wildlife Sanctuary, because I realized that these are the areas which are the last habitat left for the tigers. You will going to ask me why tigers are important. So tigers are important not only for the cycle of the faunal well or the floral well, but they are very important for the human being. So if you fail to protect the tiger, the human being will continue to enter into the forest, and destruction of the forest will going to destroy our whole watershed areas. And most of the areas in India presently are facing problem, droughts. Got it? Marathwada, for example, it was all areas where forested area. When all these forests were destroyed, today you can see this area became drought-prone area. So that is why the protection of the forest and conservation of the forest is very important. So these are the last hope for the tiger, and this is not my finding. The international WWF, based in the Washington, the scientists of their team done the study, and they found in the whole of the Western Ghats, this is the region which was considered to be the safe for the tiger. But today, tigers are returning back in Bhimgad Wildlife Sanctuary. Got it? They are also there in Goa, but right from 2002, when the first tiger presence was felt in Goa, after that, Goa continued to say that this is the transient population. So how you can say the transient population? Because right from 2009 to 2019, in the period of the 10 years, we lost 5 tigers. 5 tigers were killed. The first tiger was killed in 2009 in my village, Keri, and after that 4 tigers were killed just 7 kilometers away in the village of the Baoli, inside the jungle of the Satari Taluka. So presently, after that, in 2022, Prime Minister of India declared that there are 5 tigers in Goa, and all these 5 tigers are in the Mahadev Wildlife Sanctuary. So that is why you are brought in this area. This is the Mahadev Wildlife Sanctuary. So whole area is not under the forest. There are villages, and these villages are excluded, and there is lot of misconception about the wildlife sanctuary, that villages are inside the sanctuary, but it is totally wrong. We have the survey number, so only the government owned forest land are included in 208.11 square kilometer area of the Mahadai Wildlife Sanctuary. In Karnataka, Siddhapur, Yellapur, few sites were found, and in Goa, this is the first site that was documented first by Rohidas Naik, then Deputy Conservator of Forest. So after that, I got almost 3 sites in this area. So the biggest population of the Semicarpus catelecanensis in the whole world you can see in this area. So the name of the area is Biptan and Ajobachi Tali. So recently I got one more site in Dhave. So altogether now there are 4 sites in Sattari Taluka where you can see this unique type of the vegetation is there. Beside this, in South Goa, Sange is the taluka where Barazan, Suryagal and Talavli. These are the 3 areas where you can see this site. And in same taluka, when you are entering the waterfall of Savri, so at the entrance you can find some specimen of this Myristica swamp vegetation. So it is very unique, and Goa is the state where you can see this unique type of the evergreen patches of the forest. So they are called the primeval forest. Earlier there was a big patch of the forest was protected, but now the IFS officer who were posted here, without understanding, they undertook the rubber cultivation, and rubber processing unit was there. So because of all this, you can see now out of 4 hectare only 0.25 hectare is left. पिऊन पोया
Mahadai is like our own mother, and I would like to tell one thing that we all can do on our individual level to keep our river flowing and clean. So I have seen many people nowadays watch reels, and they are very much we all want to save our river. We all love nature. But when it comes to protecting it, or when it comes to keeping it clean, we forget. And whenever we go to river, we carry many things we carry food with us. So one thing we all should keep in mind that whenever we go out in the forest, we should not litter that place. Like now also when we had gone to the river, we might have seen there was people had littered there and the place had become dirty. So we can see how beautiful our river is, and we are really blessed. We all Goans are really blessed to have this kind of nature and these rivers.
ही आमची तिसरी टर्म. This workshop was planned during our first term. बाई खबर असतले, ओके, बाईकडे ऑलरेडी डिस्कस केले, बट कोविड आलो तेन्ना. कोविड येऊन खूपशी आमची ऍक्टिव्हिटी बंद पडलो, तसेच आमचे सगळे ऑनलाईन मोडान वयचे पडले तेन्ना. आणि सो वी कुडंट गो अहेड विथ दीस आयडिया. ओके, मागीर सेकंड टर्म आयली. सेकंड टर्मान आमी एक प्रपोजल घातलेलो, म्हणजे फर्स्ट टर्माचाच प्रपोजल आमी गव्हर्मेंटाक घातलेलो की टू होल्ड समथींग कॉल्ड एज गुड नॉलेज अँड अवेरनेस क्लब. हो एक्चुअली आमचो इनिशिएटीव पासूय जालो गव्हर्मेंटान विथ मंथली सँक्शन ऑफ XYZ अमाउंट. पूण तो सँक्शन जालो तो खरो, पूण तो रियलिटीन केन्नाच जालो ना. सो आउट ऑफ एंगर आनी फ्रस्ट्रेशन म्हणटा तसो वी हॅड टू स्टार्ट दीस सिरीज. ओके, सो वी स्टार्टेड दीस सिरीज इन ऑक्टोबर. आणि पयलीं आमी बाईक सांगले की भाई अशें अशें आसा आनी वर्कशॉप आमी प्लॅन करता. मागीर जालें. सो वी मेड अ रफ प्लॅन, list of events like what all we are going to feature in our workshop. Today we are all meeting here for this very important topic, understanding Madai. Madai इतलो गाजलोलो विषय हो. ओके, पूण तेका मागीर ग्लॅमर दिलो आनी कितें दिलें, बट एकटो मनीस तटस्थपणे एकटोच झगडटा. कितलेशेच लोक आयले गेले, जॉईन जाले मुवमेंट, बॅकआउट जाले फॉर वेरियस रिजन्स बेस्ट नोन टू देम. जो भाई म्हाका 20 वर्सां पयलीं दिसलेलो तितून मात्तूय बदल जावना. राजन भाई तशें आसा आनी तांचें मिशन, तांची फायट जी पयलीं आसली तितलेच म्हणजे जोमान ती आनीक डबल ट्रिबल जाल्या. सो थँक्यू व्हेरी मच भाई, तुमी आमचे प्रपोजल एक्सेप्ट केलो.
This river is responsible for enriching the biodiversity, wildlife, and because of all this, you can see the salinity of the Arabian Sea has been regulated. So if we fail to protect our river, we will not able to get the drinking water. You go any part of the Maharashtra or Karnataka, fresh water is a big problem. So whenever Karnataka people are coming, they always say we love this water, and that is the reason why Karnataka spend more than crores of rupees for this water. They want to dam and divert this river into Malaprabha. So this is unique river, and I have told you that it is the smallest river of India. You cannot compare it with the Krishna, Godavari, Kaveri, any river of India. It is not even bigger than any tributary of Krishna or Kaveri. But in spite of this river is unique because this is one of the oldest river, and if we want this Goa to be prosper, Goa to live long, then only way by which you can help me to protect this river is explaining the people about its ecological importance.